Hi everyone, my name's Aaron McGuire, and today I'm going to talk about the new live-action Disney remake, Mulan. This is the long-awaited live-action remake of the animated classic from 1998. So far, Disney hasn't had a really good stream of live-action remakes. I know that Jungle Book was well-received, but I didn't see it. Otherwise, they've all been pretty much trash. There definitely was a hope, though, that Mulan would be different. It was going to be a much more serious film. It was PG-13. It was going to be more like the original story of Mulan instead of just being the same thing as the animated film. But alas, Mulan 2020 suffers from same but worse syndrome, which is a very sadly common thing with these Disney live-action remakes. Let's just cut to the chase. Don't watch this movie. It's not good. Let's get some of the positives out of the way real quick. It does have a really great cast, especially if you're a big fan of Chinese cinema. It has a lot of very recognizable actors. Gong Li, Jet Li. It had a brief appearance by Cheng Pei Pei, who was in Come Drink With Me and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And of course, there's Donnie Yen as well, and Donnie Yen is amazing, and I'm a massive fan of Donnie Yen. There was clearly a lot of effort put into the production design and costumes, which all look pretty great. And unfortunately, that's about it as far as positives. Not a lot of the acting is really that great. Some of the fight scenes really aren't that special either. And even if there is impressive martial arts on display, how it's photographed and how it is edited is complete garbage. The editing in particular is just... what? Admittedly, there are some decent shots in the movie, but it is completely ruined by some of the just abysmal editing. It is a big ol' mess. And I think my main issue with the movie is it would have been a ton better if it just decided to be its own thing instead of just trying to be so close to the original film. You can very much feel that in the score of the movie, which is mainly just a lot of the same instrumentals from the songs in the original Mulan movie. And it really feels like they just had to shoehorn every reference that they could whenever possible. Let's have a replacement Shang. Let's have a replacement cricket character. That was embarrassing. This remake isn't a musical, so we don't have the songs. The characters can't explain how they're feeling through song. Let's just have them say the lyrics as dialogue. Without the songs that very effectively got across the emotions and the situations in the original film, they have to explain everything to the audience just blatantly with dialogue. I groaned so much watching this movie. Just hearing them say, like, "You must bring honor to us all. You're my daughter. Don't forget that you're my daughter, and I'm gonna have you marry somebody, and you have to be a good wife, and you're my daughter, and you must bring honor to us all." There's even a part where Donnie Yen's character says, "Tranquil as a forest, but a fire within." The characters are so non-existent in this movie. And I just think back to the original film, how all the characters are very distinctly introduced. You understand their motives, who they are as a person, their personality, very, very quickly on. And you absolutely cannot say the same for this movie. The love interest character, which I'm so upset that there's even a love interest character to begin with, but the love interest character has nothing going for him except that he's nice and he's got abs. Oh god, and there's Gong Li's character. She is completely wasted. She is such an interesting character to begin with. She is very mysterious. She is very skilled. And within the end of the movie, I'm going to spoil it, sorry. Towards the end of the movie, it's exposed that her and Mulan kind of have a lot in common. And Mulan is a reflection of what she wanted to be, which is admittedly really interesting and different from the original in a good way. But her character is completely wasted. You only get a few minutes of that, and you never really get to feel sympathetic for her. And when her character is killed off, the emotion isn't earned. You don't feel any impact because you didn't really get to learn much about her character. Even the Mulan character is so boring. She is this inhumanly perfect character where you never worry about if she's going to be okay. The reason why the Mulan character in the original is so likable and so relatable is because she works so hard to get where she is. She isn't the strongest warrior because she was just born with it. She was the strongest character because she worked the hardest. And she proved herself because she put in so much effort when she was training. But with this movie, she doesn't even need the training. She's already perfect. With Disney trying to make her a strong female character, they forgot to make her human. So she isn't sympathetic or relatable. And instead, what you're left with is a movie that's less emotional, less impactful, less exciting, less everything. And you might be wondering, Aaron, isn't it unfair to compare it to the original? Why don't you just look at it as its own thing? Even if you do look at it as its own thing, it's still lacking in characters. It still has the weird structure. It still has just downright awful editing. This movie is just nothing. There's no point in remaking this movie. There's nothing added. It is just the same movie, but worse. If you for some reason feel obligated to see this movie, first of all, don't. Second of all, if you're going to, you might as well just borrow somebody's account who's already bought it so you don't support this movie any more financially. Third, just watch the original. You already got a good Mulan movie. You don't need this movie. You absolutely do not need to watch this movie. It's completely unnecessary. Don't see it. Just don't see it. Just don't see it. Just don't see it. Just don't see it. 3 out of 10. Anyway, thank you all for watching this review. Thank you all for listening, and thank you all for existing. You're all important, you're all loved, and I love you. I'm going to have another video coming out soon for a movie that I actually highly recommend, so look out for that coming very, very soon. But for now, this movie sucks. Don't watch it. Yeah. The end. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to end these videos still. But thank you for watching.